thought I'm going for so cool. Just those.
Can I have a pint, please, of wild camping, please? And those I'll take away. Sorry folks, but this hill's far too steep to cycle up. Lovely beech tree there. Oh bloody hell, this hill's steep though. Hi campers, hope you're all doing well. So, back out for a camp. And I've got the Brommy with me. Cycled a few miles out to here. This is a spot that I've camped at once before, back in the winter. And yeah, I'm gonna call this home for tonight, I think. It's about lunchtime now, or just after lunch. But yeah, I'm gonna get settled down, I think. Put my tarp up. Got the wool bedroll tonight, so I'm gonna be keeping it old school. The ground here is really stony. There's just like flint everywhere. So I remember this from last time I camped here, it was quite stony, so need to do a little bit of landscaping to make sure I'm not sleeping on flint, and gather some firewood. It's still quite mild. It's the end of mid-September here in the UK, and we've had a bit of a late summer heat wave. I think today it's about 25 degrees centigrade. I think today is probably the final day of the sort of good weather that we've got on the forecast. Tomorrow's going to get cooler and wetter, so making the most of it while I can. But the overnight temperatures are still going to be in the high teens, so fairly confident I won't need a fire to keep me warm through the night. But yeah, I like this spot. It's nice. Unfortunately, because of the hot weather, I felt obliged to make a pit stop on the way at my local brewery actually. Yeah, so sorry about that. I had to have a couple of pints of ale, and that was primarily just to hydrate myself, you know. So you've got to keep your fluids up in this weather. But yeah, carried on from there now. There's a nice little car show going on there. I think I caught some footage of the cars and the bikes that are on display there. That's quite nice to look at. I like my cars. I'm a bit of a petrol head, so yeah, that's nice to see. And a few people were admiring the Brommy as well. That was quite cool. I think people thought the Brommy was part of the display. But yeah, she's looking good. Big old test for her today though, because with the wool kit and that, it's carrying a lot of weight. It's loaded up. You know, not least with my my big weight. But yeah, the bag's sort of maxed out. That's my 28 litre front bag, and I've got my tarp and my bedroll at the back there. Yeah, loaded up good and proper. But I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to get the tarp up. I think I'm nicely tucked out of the way here. I'm fairly confident no one's going to find me, so yeah, get the tarp up, chill out for a bit. Folding that in half tonight. For the outhouse bedroll. And the outhouse wool blanket. And then my Dave Fry's pouch full of spare clothes. Make sure there's no stones. There's flints everywhere around here. That'll do. Oh. Oh. Ah, happy days. There we go then, folks. All pitched up, nothing special. So last time out you would have seen me using the Plash Palatka 6x6 foot square, and I found that a bit cosy, a bit too small for me really. So this time around I've got my waxed canvas 8 foot square tarp, and it's a real game changer. It's much more comfortable under there. Got loads of space. The weather's going to be glorious today, so I ain't got no worries about rain, but very comfortable nonetheless. And yeah, underneath I've got the outhouse wool waxed canvas bedroll, and my foam mat underneath that, my Swanee there for later this evening, wool blanket, bag of clothes, and there's my Brompton bag with food and sundries in. The bike's breathing a sigh of relief, having had all the weight taken off of it. But yeah, sorted. Happy with that. Yeah, gonna chill out for a bit now, stop sweating. Hi campers, so I'm just doing some wood prep at the moment for a fire. I've been scouting around the woods looking for some tinder materials to get the fire started, and I've kind of hit the jackpot here. I'm trying to look around the woods for something different to get the fire going. I don't want to just rely on things like birch bark that I use all the time, but sometimes you must never look a gift horse in the mouth. And I've happened upon this little fallen pine tree here. Not sure what sort of pine. And I've cut a piece off of this root section here. I think it's the root section, not sure. And there you go. That is pure sort of fat wood. It's really resinous. Smells of turpentine. It's lovely. But I'll process that down back at camp, but I'll just cut another section so you can see what I'm doing. So yeah, I'll just cut this piece here. I'll get that little bit out of there. There we go. Oh. Lovely and full of resin. That would, you can process that and that would take a spark. Lovely. So yeah, all of these bits here will be pumped full of the sort of resin that is held within the tree. It's a nice find, that. There we go then. Nice bit of pine and a few pine cones. So one of the other things I collected whilst I was getting some wood was this bit of Clematis here, which I haven't done it before, but I know you can process it down to make a tinder bundle. So I think you've got to sort of pull apart these fibres here, to make a lot, to get the fine stuff, and then scrunch it up, make it rough and make it into a sort of bit of a bird's nest, I think, and then go from there. But I'll bring it back. I'm just roughing that up a bit. Feels a little bit damp in the hand, so, but it's this stuff here, this fine stuff that I'm catching on my firebox case. That's the good stuff. That's what's going to take the spark, I think. There we go, that's coming. It's getting nice and fine. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm just sort of following my intuition here a little bit. Never done this before, but I'm reasonably confident that that little pile there will flame up quite nicely with a spark. But we shall see. This is an experiment, folks. Into the middle of that. See what happens. Oh, hello. Well, I'll be damned. Smoke. Got some pine cones here I'm going to use, I think. Right in the firing line of the smoke there. It's like a signal fire, isn't it? Pine cones usually take pretty well in the kindling sort of early stage. Get some of that smoke on me. Well, fire in the hole. That is looking good, folks. I'm happy with that. Get some smoke. Get the bugs away. Well, Clematis is a success. Oh. Cheers, folks. Lovely. So I think I said it earlier, but I'm really pleased that I've got the fire going with that Clematis there. I knew that Clematis works for fire lighting, but never tried it before. Never even done any research on it. I just sort of figured the bark would process down quite nicely into sort of something fine. And yeah, happy days. Worked a treat. But nice bit of smoke come off the fire, keeping the bugs at bay. This will be the last camper summer for me, I'm guessing. I think the weather's going to start to take a turn for the cooler sort of climate. And yeah, next time I'm up the woods, it'll probably be close to Christmas time. I've got a few camps away from my sort of local area in the next couple of months. Got a trip to Dartmoor planned, and then a trip up to Suffolk after that as well. So something a bit different for the channel. I'm looking forward to that. I ain't got much planned for this camping trip. Got a bit of hazel here that I'm going to have a carve out in a minute. I might make a butter knife. And I've got some burgers to cook for dinner tonight. Hopefully the rolls have survived the journey and not got crushed too much. Don't think I'm going to need a fire through the night tonight. It's going to be pretty mild through the evening. It's going to be sort of high teens sort of temperature wise, which will be plenty warm enough for me, I think, and when the wool blanket and my wool shirt. And that's part of the reason why I brought the firebox with me as well, because I knew I wouldn't need a substantial fire. But yeah, really nice trip to the tap room earlier. I visit there every now and again, to be honest with you. It's quite a good one, and I wasn't expecting it to be a car show on at the same time, so that was a nice little bonus. Hopefully you'll have seen on the footage, if it comes out in the edit anyway, that I grabbed a couple of cans from the tap room there as well, so I'll be enjoying them a little later. I don't know if you can hear that screeching noise of the bird. It's a sparrowhawk flying around somewhere. I believe it is anyway. I've been hearing ravens quite regularly as well, barking out there. They're cool. Seen it flying around. Yeah, nice array of bird life around here today. So I'm just processing down that bit of pine that I collected earlier, and it is packed full of sort of turpentine, which is that dark resin. It's pumped all the way through there, so I'm going to take that home with me, I think, and put that in the fire kit, use that for future camps. Just getting the outer bark off of it. There's another bit of it here. It was a, what was it, like that, I think. And look at that, it's sticky to the touch. It's easily the best fatwood harvest I've ever had when I've been out in the woods. I mean, you can buy this stuff on Amazon for about 10 quid, I think. Quite what people do, I don't know. Just trying to refine the shape a bit, thin it down. Got quite a few of these in the kitchen drawer at home. They're quite a nice little basic whittling project that you can try. So it's getting on, it's about 5 o'clock now, and I'm getting quite hungry. I had quite an early lunch today, so just got some burgers to cook up with some slightly flattened brioche buns, some gherkins, a few nasty cheese slices that we had at home, and then to go with that I've got a couple of little jars here, some ketchup and some mustard. I've got a real thing for mustard at the moment. This is the mustard you can get from the Steak Detective, Monty's Magnificent mustard. Really nice, that. So to cook the burgers, just got my throw down grill here, which I'm going to put onto the firebox. That's been burning for a good few hours now, that is. I'm just letting that die down a little bit now. So it's going to be lovely and hot, that is. Nice bit of coals in there for the grill, so yeah, that'll cook up nicely, I think. That down, get that grill on there. Obviously, as you can see, grill's a little bit, that didn't work, did it? The grill's a little bit big. Been looking forward to these burgers. Oh, bit. Sometimes you just can't beat a burger. Well, those burgers were delicious, folks. A lovely treat. No washing up either, which is always quite cool. Don't know why I don't do them more often. Very peaceful in the woodland. No birds chirping or anything, which is kind of weird, but hey ho. But that firebox has put in a sterling effort today. I've had that burning for about 5 hours or so now. I've cleared out the ashtray once to help keep the air flowing through the bottom of it, but otherwise it's been bob on. Yoink. So dinner's done, bar is open. I picked up this one from the tap room earlier today. It's a sort of Kolsch lager. Don't mind a lager from time to time. Oh yeah. Cheers. Well, time to kick back and relax now, I think. Jobs are done. Firewood's gathered. I might move under the tarp a little later on. Take the firebox over with me as well. Just for a bit of bushcraft television. So I've moved under the tarp now. Moved the firebox over as well. That's the beauty of having the firebox, you see, you can make your fire portable. So yeah, that's kind of cool. And beer number 2, folks, from Moot Brewery. Let's bring the light up for this because the light's fading a bit. How's that better? Wild Camping, West Coast IPA. Had to be done, didn't it? Wild Camping. Drinking a can of Wild Camping whilst wild camping. Seemed like a no-brainer to me. Cheers. Lovely jubbly. As soon as I hear the raven calling, I turn the camera on. Bloody aircraft starts to fly over. Typical, isn't it? Morning, folks. It's about 6:15. I think sun rises in about 20 minutes or so. Slept reasonably well though. As always, it's a fairly broken night's sleep out here, but I was warm enough. Just the wool blanket, didn't need a fire through the night, so that was good. But yeah, got up a little bit earlier today because I want to get away reasonably early so I can get out and do some stuff with my wife. So I want to get sort of packed and off by about 8 o'clock, I think. So I've got a couple of hours to get myself sorted out and
have a nice cup of tea and some porridge. So I've processed down some of the fat wood that I collected yesterday. I'll use this to get the fire going today. Probably just use a match on it or something. And yeah, get a brew on. Bring you back in a bit. All fingers and thumbs this morning. Just let that fire burn down now, I think. Don't need it for anything else. Happy days. Cheers. Another camp done. Yep. Whittled a butter knife, which I'm leaving to dry. I'm going to take that home, finish it off at home, maybe sand it on and oil it. But yeah, quite pleased with that. I'm going to get my porridge and tea down me, and then get camp packed up and make my way home. But yeah, this is the last time I'm going to be in the woods for a couple of months, I think, for a camp anyway. I might get out for a bimble. Yeah, next month I'm on holiday in Cornwall, so I'm going to do a camp in Dartmoor. That's the plan. All of that's dependent on weather, of course. In October, who knows what will happen. But I'm looking forward to it nonetheless, and I'll endeavour to bring you along for the ride. So I hope you enjoyed this video in any case. It's probably been another boring one, but it's been nice to get out in the sort of wool bedroll again, albeit in quite warm conditions. I think the next time I'm out in this lot with this wool bedroll, I'm going to need the fire to keep me warm through the night, so that'll be fun. But I'll bring you along. Bye for now. There we go then folks, all packed up. The Brompton is locked and loaded, and left no trace as always. I've got my rubbish in the bag to take home, and yeah, enjoyed that camp. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'm gonna
head out on the trails and make my way home now. So I'll show you some of that footage on the way, but I'll bid you farewell for now, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.